And now, First Warn 5 weather with Chief Meteorologist Tim Smith.
Hey folks, that wind advisory has now been extended until 8 o'clock for the coastal counties, Kennedy, Willacy, and Cameron. Wind gusts still up to 45 miles per hour, not 55, almost 60 like they were earlier, but still very gusty winds across the eastern part of the valley, and it's not exactly laying down yet across the upper valley. Still 28 to 36 in Hidalgo County, but there's 48 mile per hour gusts just this last few minutes in Harlingen and Raymondville, 37 Brownsville and Port Isabel, so still very gusty across the lower valley. So again, that advisory extended until 8 o'clock. By then, things should be dying down. Here's future track winds, and we start at 6 and we go to midnight, and by then there's not much wind left. You're looking at 10 to 20 across the area, not much more than that. Still, for nighttime, that's a pretty good breeze. But then here comes the front. Now, at 2 in the morning, winds are not all that strong, but here comes the front, and by 6 a.m., winds are 25 to 30. Closer to 40 on the island. Wind's always a little windier on the island when a front comes through. That'll be the case tomorrow morning. So a very windy start to the day, but this time the wind's from the north. So all the stuff that blew into your neighbor's yard will blow back more than likely. Then as the day goes on, winds are still a little breezy around noon, 15 to 20 across most areas. And then by the end of the day, still gusty on the island, but by 8 o'clock, you're looking at 5 to 10, not much more than that. So a windy day, but things finally laying down tomorrow night. Tomorrow's wind bringing cooler air into the region. These are the currents, still 84 in Rio Grande City. We've dropped to 71 here at our studio. Same thing in Port Isabel, 73 in Brownsville right now. Our lows tonight, probably not going to get to these numbers until the front comes through. We're probably going to stay in the 60s most of the night, but then when that wind shifts just before dawn, readings will cool off and then slow to warm tomorrow. Our high temperature tomorrow afternoon only in the low to mid 60s across the area. 61 at the island, northerly winds all day, 65 McAllen, 66 in Rio Grande City. The normal high for this part of January is 71. Not going to make it tomorrow, 64. Thursday and Friday, we should be right about at the norm for January, 72 degrees across most of the valley. Doppler network doesn't show anything over the valley yet, but we zoom out a little bit and you can see some showers showing up from Laredo up to the north of Corpus Christi, up around Three Rivers and George West. All that stuff kind of pushing off to the northeast, but getting closer and closer, little by little. As we go through the nighttime hours, there's a good chance some of that rain will sneak into the valley. We're not talking about a lot of rain. We're seeing clouds already, but you know, you might get a tenth of an inch, maybe a couple of tenths, especially near the coast as this front goes through. There you see the windy conditions this evening. By 3 a.m., starting to see a few showers show up. Front comes in pre-dawn, triggers a few more showers. Best chance will be near the coast. And then it's still windy tomorrow, that north wind we talked about. But as the day goes on, the sun should come out. We should end up with a pretty sunset tomorrow night across the entire valley. Thursday, we start cold. In the morning, temperatures probably in the 30s, but by afternoon with sunshine, we'll warm back, as we showed you, to the low 70s. And Friday, we do about the same. We start cool and end up quite nice by afternoon. Good chance of showers pre-dawn tomorrow, about a 40% probability. After that, we're dry. Big picture shows a lot of rain east Texas. You can see the chilly air building in behind the front. 49 in Dallas, 42 in Abilene. Front moves into the morning, moves past. Once it does, high pressure will build in, and we'll see sunshine for a couple of days. Another weak front shows up on the map on Friday, does almost nothing, but then a secondary push of cooler air on Saturday. Upper air disturbance comes together to give us a pretty good chance of rain come Saturday into Sunday. Just in time for the weekend. At the coast, north winds 15 to 30 knots. The bay is rough. UV index is still high. The bay temperature 61. A gale warning in effect tonight at the coast, so it's a good time to keep the boat in the boathouse. So tonight, 51 for low, increasing clouds as the winds die down and the rain chance to show up later tonight. And then tomorrow, some early morning showers. But again, we're talking dawn, a little before that. I think by the time we get to 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, even to the coast, most of it should be moving out. 64, then a couple of 72. Readings, and we see a few clouds show up Friday. Good chance of rain now showing up on Saturday. Carries over Saturday night. I think by Sunday afternoon, maybe a little sunshine, but even that, only 67, and then another front on Tuesday. That is your updated First Warn 5 forecast.